It would not be me if I don't have the damn mic on. Thank you, Desi. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm sorry. I'm just sitting up here talking and looking at Photoshop because I am oh wait, it's peaking. It's like too loud. Cause I'm like making my thumbnails for my next videos. I've been sitting at this desk all damn day, y'all. I've been recording. Hold on. I've been recording and I've been editing. That's all I've been doing. That's it. I just came to dance for y'all. That's it. Like, that's all I've been doing. And I watched the Sistas episode live. I was live tweeting too. And I was like, oh, I could go live with them. Like, I'm still processing how I felt about the episode. Like, I don't feel like it was a bad episode, but I also feel like it was a lot of time wasted, kind of, for like what we was really here for, what we came to see. But I was like, I can go live with my people. Like, let's go ahead and get it going. So I'm gonna give it another minute or so as more people come in. Say hello, drop your location or how you feeling in the chat so that I know that you in here and I can shout you out. Cause you know how we do. Oh wait, I need both of these actually. Let me. I need both of these. And yeah, let's talk about it. Like, let's talk about this episode. The real Pinky Badass. I did say hello to you first, but clearly my mic wasn't on, so I'm sorry. Hey boo, hey, how are you? Bunny Jones, how are you? April, you missed it? I mean, you're gonna need to watch it just because of the whole Zach Fatima caringness of it all and the setup for what we're gonna see next week's episode. But I'm literally still trying to process how I feel about the episode. Hi, Sarin. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced it. Tess, how are you? Desi, thank you so much for letting me know y'all couldn't hear me, child. Angela, what's up? Christine, how are you? This episode was so pointless. You feel like, Christine? I mean, we did get the Zach. Well, we got the Fatima, her brewing all fucking episode. We did get that, so we got a little something for it. But yeah, it was a lot of time that was just like, okay, are we gonna get to the point or are we not? Don't you watch my lives before you watch? Well, I guess you can, because Sistas is not necessarily something that you can actually spoil, I guess. I'm a big person who don't like stuff to be spoiled for me. Like, I want to discover and see so I can have like my own emotions or feelings or whatever once I am presented with the information. But I guess Sistas is something that you really can't spoil because we all be anticipating stuff. So it is what it is. Oh, you still at work? Well, child, don't rush to watch the episode. You got up until next week to watch it because you only need a little bit of information for the setup for like Fatima going ape shit and why Zach is doing what he's doing next week's episode. But other than that, it's not too much. It's a lot of Sabrina. It's a lot of Andi. Well, Andi, like, it's interesting to me how Andi has a backbone with everybody. And I'm not saying she wrong for it, right? Like, you do need to go ahead and establish boundaries, check people where they need to be checked. But you got all of these boundaries and all of this sass for everybody but Gary Borders. So it's like, I can't even root for her. I can't even be like excited of like, yeah, girl, tell him what it is and what it ain't. Because when it comes to that man, crickets. Girl. So it was a lot of Andi being Andi. Robin begging. Like, come on, Robin. This is not a 90s R&B song. Let that lady go. You actually have dodged a bullet if you ask me. But okay. Q also begging. If you don't take your begging ass somewhere else, sir, what it... Child. A mess. A mess. Angela, you feel like it was Angela who took the pick. I'm not feeling Angela's sister. I'm not feeling Angela's sisters either. She's messy. And she like to play like she's just trying to be, you know, speak both sides. Or like she plays like she's trying to be a good friend. But to me, the stuff that she does and says doesn't make her, like, a friend wouldn't do that. Like, the little snide comment, well, I heard they be in the back room. Girl, who asked you for that? Who asked you to say that? Your brain told you to say that, and a good friend brain would say, no. Like, I do not like Angela and Sistas either, but I also wasn't necessarily too keen on her and ZATIMA. Like, I was watching her like a damn hawk because, in my opinion, every last one of their friends, Zach and Fatima's friends, can go and they could try again. They could start anew. Because it's a hell no for me. Hey, Kathleen, welcome in. Hey, Katie, how are you? Welcome in. Christine, I kind of thought it was Belinda that could have took the picture too, but I feel like Karen would have spotted Belinda in there. And Karen or Zach would have spotted Belinda. Belinda said that she actually made friends with Karen. She still don't know, I guess, that Belinda is Fatima's best friend, or was Fatima's best friend. But I feel like Big Mouth Belinda, at this point, what we saw happen in ZATIMA, we would have seen her also, like, not necessarily see her, but I don't think that would be a secret. So if she is still in contact with Karen, I feel like she would have let that juice loose about what happened with Zach or whatever from all of the ZATIMA-ness of it all. So I don't know if it's Belinda. And then also I feel like if Zach walked into the salon, I feel like he scans everybody, because that's something that we just do. We got to be making sure that we good and like where the exits and anybody here trying to kill me, like any of those type of things. I feel like Zach scans the room and he would have peeped Belinda, whether coming in or going out. So I don't necessarily know if it was Belinda who took the picture, but it did feel like when Angela's like not trying to reveal who the person is that took the picture, that kind of felt like, oh, it's Belinda, but she didn't want to say it was Belinda because Fatima will automatically be like, well, that picture, I don't give a damn because Belinda is shady anyway. It kind of felt like that by that way, but I'm like, both of them know who Belinda is. Zach more so than Karen, and they both would have probably said something or noticed. Or big mouth as Pam, I feel like. Because if all this went down how Belinda said, if she befriended Karen after, you know, sleeping with him and all that, and Karen had found out that Pam also know. And you mean to tell me that another woman that Zach slept with is sitting in the salon and Pam ain't gonna say nothing when Zach walks in? That math ain't mathing for me. So I don't think that it's Belinda. I really don't. But what did y'all think about the episode? And what are some of the things that you're thinking? Period. In reference to who's responsible for what. Before I like go into my it's gonna be very easy to make this breakdown video because the episode didn't give too much, and also I was like on Twitter, so like I have all these responses in my mind of like how people are just so angry right now with Fatima, and I'm just like, well, what are y'all thinking? How are y'all feeling? I'll stop there so that y'all can respond. While I also make thumbnails for these videos I'm finna give y'all. Fatima look like I am not the one nor the two, and you playing with the wrong bitch. I think Sistas thumbnails are like some of my favorite to make because they're like, they have such expressive facial expressions. It's like you can really communicate what you trying to say with it. It's hilarious. Okay, let me see what y'all saying. Messy Angela, yeah, Messy Angela is right. Friends don't do things like that, but they are scandalous though. So, Angela may not be happy with her relationship and her man. I mean, I get not being happy with coming to the understanding that your man is actually bisexual and or gay, but girl, that's something for you to take up with him and Jesus. It's not for you to come and exact your whatever you got going on, because if you can't be happy, nobody else can either. Girl, go to hell. Hey, DNC Greatness, how are you? Angela says that this episode sucked. I'm tired of this Maurice stuff. Why is the bill so high? Why hasn't my girl Danni not figured out who Q is yet? Yeah, the Q Maurice Sabrina storyline is dragging on, and it made it a little bit interesting with him going to go work at the airport, and then Danni kind of like getting involved by way of his interest in her, but it's also dragging along. So now it's making it like I don't even care about what's going on with that. Like, how many episodes do I have to watch him beg to get in Danni's car or her house? She said no. What didn't you understand? DNC Greatness says, I'm just so tired of being tired. I low-key want Ebony to leave this show sometimes and move on to bigger, better things, but TP is healing her, I guess. He better be. Ebony didn't do anything. Karen didn't do anything in this episode, really. I'm excited for the Karen and Aaron era that we're walking into, where they're actually going on dates, y'all, and like giving us some of the stuff that we got with ZATIMA that we didn't actually get with Aaron and Karen. I don't want Ebony to leave Sistas, because for me, she's the best part of the show, and she's one of the best actresses on the show. She brings so much meat to it, I believe. And she is already doing bigger and better things. Like, the best part about Tyler Perry, which is why I still like support and talk about it. Even when I have critiques, I still don't want the show off the air. Like, I still want them to go on, because he is keeping these actors working, and a lot of them would probably not be working or struggling to like find opportunities. Ebony is not necessarily one of them. She's worked on Wu-Tang. She's currently shooting something now with Kerry Washington. Like, she has looks. She said, if Bill Street can talk, she has looks. But the best part about Tyler Perry is because he shoots so quick, he gives them a salary of them being on a 22 episode, 1 hour long series, primetime series, and they only have to do anywhere from 2 weeks to 6 weeks worth of work in 1 year. And sometimes it's like we've been getting 2 seasons in a year. So like, y'all, while it might seem like it's holding certain characters back, it's really helping these actors out. And I literally was talking to a friend at Sundance. I was like, yo, I'm auditioning for some Tyler Perry project in a minute, especially if it's a series. Because I will go and do that 2 to 3 weeks worth of work and have all the money that I need for the rest of the year. And then I could go do indie projects. I could go do feature films. I could go do so much. There's other shows like All American, for example. That's a 20 episode, 1 hour drama as well on the CW. It's network. They have to film for 6 to 8 months out of 12 months to get that one show. So they have 4 months maybe to go and try to do something else, but some movies take 6 months to shoot. So if you want to do a movie and your show, you can't do it because you need an extra month that you don't actually have because you're already committed to this. But with Tyler Perry, his actors are able to go and do and be in a lot because he shoots so quickly and his productions are so fast. So don't wish certain things on them, because I think that Ebony is perfectly fine showing up at Tyler Perry Studios, putting in her little work that she didn't put in, doing great work regardless of the writing. Like, she still is like blowing us away, I think, in reference to performances. So, and you ain't asked for all that. I don't even know why I went into all that, but just keep that in mind when we're wishing certain things on people, or wanting certain things. And hopefully that provided a good perspective, a different perspective. But you know, you want what you want, you think what you think, cool. But maybe that just provides a different perspective for you. But I get like tired of being tired of the certain things that we're irritated with the show, for sure. The music in the background in the ZATIMA scene was wild. They were being very specific when it came to that. Like, Tyler Perry knew exactly what the hell he was doing for that. Like, sir. Christine says, I'm trying to figure out why Angela trying to come to the house after you show her the picture. You know she gonna be on 10 after that. Exactly. All I can think of, and all it rationalizes to me, is that she's messy. That's it. That's all. She's just messy. Yeah, and she's in that new Tyler Perry movie. Like, Ebony is booked, busy, and blessed. Okay. Um, Glomo says, so how many times has Gary burned Andi? I'm confused at her statement to Robin. You and me both. Because if we setting boundaries, honey, let's set boundaries all the way around. Nobody builds a castle and then puts up a moat, but then leaves a little piece so that you can only invade from this one spot, or this only one person can invade. Who builds a fence and then makes sure that they put a hole in the fence for a specific perpetrator or criminal? Girl. Oh, Ebony was on Hunters too? I gotta watch it because my girl Tiffany is in there. Tiffany Boone. I haven't watched it, but I wanted to watch it because of Tiffany. Now I definitely gotta watch it. If Ebony's in Hunters too, like, Ebony's good. I love her so much too. DNC says, but the fact that Zach is going to come at her during Karen's date, asking if she took the picture leading to him and Aaron fighting again, is what has me exhausted. But I do hear you. You know what? I can take that though. Like, I am okay with them getting into a fight because Aaron is defending Zach coming at her, trying to stress her out. He know that she's pregnant, and Zach flying off the handle because he finally felt like, oh, I'm finally having a good day. Things are finally going to work out. Everything is actually going to be okay. And then struggling with the feelings of like, oh, this was all a trick. Did she trick me? Did she set me up? Yeah, like I can see him processing all of that. So I would much rather them fight about that because that's 100% a misunderstanding. I was really struggling with knowing that they were going to fight. And I'm like, well, is Zach just going to come and be kicking some dumb ass energy just cuz in a sandwich shop? Like, I didn't like that, but I feel like this is actually charged with something and it makes sense and it's an honest mistake that is about to happen. So I'm not as mad at that when it comes to the storytelling, if that makes sense. Liza said, whoever was under them dryers on the right was the snitch who needs a stitch. Messy. Okay. Hey Jamal, welcome in. I gotta go back and like slow mo it down. I don't think that they actually pan to show us that side of the salon, so I wouldn't even be able to begin to like guess and figure out who it was. I really feel like they're gonna probably introduce another character. We won't find out who took the photo until next season. Oh, just Danielle, you just started watching the episode. It's kind of slow. Angela says, I feel like this is one of his drawn out shows. I like it, but I need the writing to move a little faster. Andi is going to get her feelings hurt playing with crazy Gary. Facts. Big facts. Just Danielle is always going to make sure she has the weekly reminder that Andi ain't okay. And you don't want Robin to want her anymore. She does not deserve his affections and loyalty. That's what I said. Like, Robin, you have definitely dodged a bullet, sir. Like, relax. The girl don't want to go to dinner. Don't take her ass to dinner. She don't want to go get a drink. You are not losing or missing out on anything, especially if she prefers Gary and she's talking about once I've been burned, I'm done. But then also, like, looking at the preview, y'all, which I know we're talking about the episode here, but look at the preview. She winds up still going. So, girl, Andi, you the most weak in the knees hoe I ever seen in my life. Like, stand up. I can't even respect you erecting these bullshit ass boundaries for Robin because you even doing the backseats for that. Like, girl. Andi is so exhausting. Yeah, if anything is exhausting me, it's the Andi storyline, not Zach, Karen, and Fatima. Even Fatima in this episode, like, yes, she's jumping to conclusions. Yes, she's feeling away. Yes, it's all being informed by how done wrong she has been in the past. And all of that is natural. I didn't have no problem with any of her jumping to conclusions, her going to a negative space, her feeling away, because all of that is just a part of it, right? Like, and a woman in her position, that's a part of it. My only issue is when you come to your partner with that energy. Like, let all that out. Talk to your girls. Call up whoever, because I am that girl. But then once it comes time to, like, actually have the conversation, I'm going to give you that one time to be straight up with me, and I'm going to ask you directly, and I'm going to go from there. Now, if I have to reach back in my reservoir of, like, I will beat your ass, that I was cultivating this morning, that I can. But if you come with some sensible stuff, then I can go ahead and release all of that with some doves or whatever, and then now we're good. I feel like people who, or at least the people I saw on Twitter, hey Kenny, welcome in. I feel like the people who I saw on Twitter, like, coming at Fatima or getting irritated with Fatima about her being angry or feeling dejected, or like all of the emotions that we saw her processing, even when she would jump to conclusions, I felt like it was just so unrealistic, because nobody is perfect, and we be forgetting the journeys and processes to things. It's one, like, life is a journey, a very long journey, but also every day we're on a journey with different things. Like, I'm on a journey to create videos for y'all. I'm on a journey to better relationships with certain friends, and there's certain things that, like, happen. There's thoughts and feelings and stuff that happens along the way of each journey, whether big or small. And I feel like with you getting the news or seeing something that visually looks like one thing, you want to totally believe that it's not this thing, because that's not what your relationship is. Cool. But then in the back of your mind, you have a point of reference and lived experiences that show that when this thing said it was this thing and you didn't believe it, you gave it another chance, it actually was this thing, and you played yourself, and, like, having to battle with that. I didn't have a problem with her exploring all of the negativity that comes along with it, because it's real and it happens in our minds. And I think when we create these echo chambers of, like, shaming women for maybe jumping to conclusions or getting angry, or not allowing women to be frustrated and angry, it's just the unrealistic expectation that they place on us. And it's almost like we're not human. We don't get to feel like everybody else. Now, the problem is, once she hit that damn door, which I don't even necessarily believe that she came in that hot, but she could have been a little bit more, not a lot, she could have been a little bit more mature, a little bit more like, okay, this is what my issue is, this is what it looks like, I want you to tell me that this is not what it is, but if it is what it is, don't lie to my ass. Like, I would have rather her been like a very, very straightforward and up front, versus trying to lay some rope out for Zach to hang himself. But everything else throughout the day, I didn't have a problem with, especially when she has friends like Andi and Angela who are not helping. Like, they want to have the best intentions in the world, but they're also messy themselves. So, like, I didn't have a problem with her going through all of the emotions that she went through. I said all of that to say that. Whoever took the picture needs their ass whooped for real, for real. Causing all this BS for no reason. We got my boo Karen getting falsely accused domestic violence, starting with his not domestic violence. Domestic violence is not funny, but that did not actually happen, which is why I'm laughing. But Fatima's that mad that she wants to lay hands. You gotta make those kind of disclaimers in 2023, because people be jumping off the deep end. I don't like that Zach is going to run up on Karen on this date, but I understand how I understand how he feels. And y'all know I've been on his head. So it says a lot for me to be like, I get it. I really believe that this is going to be a honest misunderstanding. And that's why I really don't have a problem with what we're about to see. Angela says everybody has grown except Andi. So can we talk about Danni and Preston for next week? I need them to be together. The Preston ship has sailed for me, babes. Like, the fact that he's trying to pressure her into marrying him is beyond a no for me. And then the marriage ultimatum is a beyond no for me. It's like, throw the whole man away. It's emotionally manipulative, and I don't want to no. So, child, you gonna be out there picking in the root for that relationship on your own, because I don't see it for them. Liza says, I'm even over the Sabrina and Maurice too. Brina came out hair Willing everywhere. Love it. And Reese still has a fresh cut. Oh. Child, they just need to move it along. I'm not too mad about the jail storyline. They just need to move it along. It's taken a very long time to get to the point. I did like the little moment of Andi gathering Maurice because he's been a very, very much so too sassy for people that's trying to help him in a situation that he started and caused for every goddamn body, and it's costed every damn body. But also, I'm just like, this is so, it's dragging. It's really dragging. Are y'all mad at Fatima for being mad at Zach? Christine, you feel like the person who took the picture is somebody that Zach slept with? Wow. I mean, at this point, we can't even put it past them, honestly, because it's like, what Fatima asks in ZATIMA, is there anybody that you haven't slept with? Sir. Kenny said, not Andi demanding respect from Maurice, but Gary is free to run up her credit with no consequences. Child. That's y'all's girl. I'm done letting Andi stress me the hell out, but that's y'all's girl, because I don't know what else to say. I truthfully don't. Andi is a wild girl. Oh, wait. DNC, I missed your second part of your comment. He said, and I don't even like the couple. I never wanted them to start laying hands. Smushing is still inappropriate to me. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Let me pull it up, child. They put hands on each other? Lord. Let me look, child. They didn't put... Zach put hands on Fatima? I feel like y'all are pulling my leg. Oh, Fatima put hands on him. Let me look at it.
Nothing. It's been a really long day.
Okay, shoot. You sure? Like, with my heart, like, I love my kids. Like,
it's where it always is.
So, yeah.
Let me ask you something.
Okay.
What the fuck is this?
I didn't kiss her.
Sure looks that way to me.
That's one. One of y'all in here took a picture of me and sent it to Fatima.
That's messy.
Man, stop playing with me, yo. I can't stay any much longer.
The judge is granting him bail. It's 1.5 million.
They ain't put their hands on each other. I'm like, I thought I was paying attention. They ain't put their hands on each other. Where's that at? Send it to me. Was it on your TV? Because I watched it on my computer.
I promise. Excuse me. That's one more question.
I really, really like you. Yeah.
I don't have that. Can you DM me like the video or something? Cause I ain't see it. Where? It's not on this. Oh, the 5B previews. Oh wait, do I have that? Oh child. I don't remember seeing it. But okay. So we don't know if she do it next episode or the episode after. Desi says, I get Fatima is upset. That's understandable, but she could have asked. But I get it. In the heat of the moment, we get excited, you know, and I done some ish like that. Yeah, I think the worst part about it, and I have been saying this for quite a while now, is that it's just gonna make her look bad for the moment that she had with Ian. Like, I was all gung-ho of like, Zach could have just asked. He didn't have to be all in his damn feelings and on his ego in that damn bathroom. Like, you can go for coffee with this guy. He was so ridiculous. And I did not, like, everything in my soul wanted me wanted her to not behave exactly how Zach behaved with her. But it's looking like she's going to do the exact same thing. And I'm like, well, girl, now you don't get to be mad anymore, I guess. I don't know. I don't damn know. Angela says, now I normally would agree with you on your thoughts on Danni and Preston. The problem I see is Danni has her BA in psychology and has a lot of trauma. Danni needs a little shakeup in her life. But that doesn't mean them getting together is the appropriate shakeup. Like, I don't actually see what them actually getting together or getting married is actually going to do to help this girl. DNC, the synopsis for season 6 is out. Child, I've been in a freaking bubble trying to catch up. I don't know none of this. DM me what you know and what you have. If you have the visual of Fatima mushing Zach, is that what she do? Send it to me and I'll take a look at it. You're going to have to DM it to me because it won't let you put a link in the YouTube chat. On Twitter or Instagram is fine. Y'all think it's probably next episode where she lay hands on Zach? Now we're gonna get into a conversation around domestic violence, child, and then everybody gonna be all up in arms. Hey, Mimi loves peace. Then this is where everybody's toxicity gonna come out, because nobody should be putting hands on nobody. However, sometimes now the male species don't be understanding what you're trying to say until you do this or something of the sort. And I have been a girl who has done that, and thank God the guys that I have dealt with and the guys who I have not been the most physically restrictive with were not crazy or abusers and did not retaliate and handled me beautifully regardless of how unhinged I was. It's not okay. However, it happens, and it happens with people when you are in a place where you don't, not that you don't know no better, because clearly you know, keep your hands to yourself, but like when you're in the heat of some and your emotions are like super, super high, and this is not me validating a man hitting a woman, because I just don't, that will just never work for me. Not that it just works for a woman to hit a man, but this whole PC world that we live in, it just stresses me out sometimes because I can't fully be real, because I've laid hands. I'm just going to tell you, like, I have laid hands. I did not, in the moment, I felt like there was nothing else I could do, and I needed to express my hurt, my pain. I needed this to feel how bad I felt. So, and it's not right, but it happens. So I'm imagining that that's what we're about to see with Fatima, even though I haven't seen the little preview clip that y'all are talking about with her mushing him. And I'm 100% against like domestic violence. It's really crazy because my neighbors that man is ridiculous. And I have had to call the police on them before because that man is horrible to that woman. And my mother's neighbors, but my mother's neighbors is a little bit different. This is such a tangent. They be fighting each other, which is a very big difference to me. When it's domestic violence and they both be fighting each other, that's a very big difference than a man just beating on a woman. But I digress. I'm not for domestic violence. However, y'all are don't expect me, depending on what it is, unless Fatima goes too far, do not expect me to be like, oh my God, Fatima is the work. Because I'm going to look at it and be like, did I do something worse? And I have done some stuff, y'all. Like, my 20s should be a television show because I was very wild. Angel says, I won't say that Danni and Preston need to get married. I need her in a better relationship first. And see, I think my struggle with that, Angela, is that Danni needs a better relationship with herself. No relationship is going to work out for her, or specifically work out well for her, until she heals her relationship with herself. I feel like there's some underlying things there that speaks to maybe her lack of fulfillment, her lack of belief in something better for her life. Like, she don't want anything, and she don't like, she's just kind of coasting through life in this very weird place, antagonizing her sisters about the things that they got going on and what they care about, but it's not really clear what the hell she cares about. So I don't believe that adding another person on top of that is actually going to do anything for her, because not enough matters for her by herself, let alone with another person. Fatima nor Zach are ready from the looks of this episode and next week. For marriage, no. Fatima should have never said yes to this engagement. But I think that if she didn't, which is probably what she feared, Zach would have taken that as she don't want him, because that's what men do. Y'all do. So she said yes, one, because she does ultimately want to be with him and she could see herself with him, but she also said it because he would take it as this big rejection and they probably wouldn't have made it after that. So now they just have to work through all of the things that they should have worked through in girlfriend and boyfriendhood through fiancé-ship. Angela says that Zach and Fatima are the same person. We didn't see her when she was with Madam. That's an interesting take. Desi, a member, shout out to you, says the thing for me is that a lot of people will okay that Fatima did it, and they always accusing Karen of being bitter. However, I still feel nobody should put their hands on each other. That was something, well, I'm about to jump off from where you just laid out a very beautiful point. Thank you for adding that. Something I have been saying from the very beginning is like, everybody was so up in arms because Karen was calling Zach a BAN and like calling him out and dogging him out and disrespecting him verbally. And I'm like, well, he also has been a dog to her. And would you rather her be laying hands? Because what we're seeing, it looks like, it's like Fatima ain't gonna call you a bunch of bitches, but she gonna beat you like one. That's not... That was 100% for comedic relief. Because again, I have not seen that clip, so I don't know. That was so OD, Erica. What are you doing, girl? No, okay, like, she's not going to disrespect you verbally, but she might lay hands and she gonna get with you. So which one do y'all want? Because while we running around here talking about some Karen is bitter and she dogged that man out and she was so terrible, she was this, that, and the third, Zach finna be walking around with a black eye. Which one is it that you want? A bruised ego or a bruised eye? Because if you gonna still be the same man, something getting bruised. Oh my God. I love y'all so much. I get so tickled. I gotta chill. Man. Oh. Okay. So yes, to play off of your point, we're seeing a lot. And I want the same energy. I want y'all disdain that you have for Karen and how terrible she was to Zach to be just as loud for Fatima. DNC says Zach was screaming at her face right before she mushed him too, shaking my head. It's just too much. I'm over the toxicity. Zach has had chances to stop that screaming at her and talking crazy just because he's mad. Yep. Kenny says, where's the domestic violence coming from? I'm lost. They talking about when Fatima's gonna mush him and I guess they jump in each other's face as part of the preview. Desi says, yes, Zach isn't easy to deal with. He can be so disrespectful when he mad. And when he not mad, because it's disrespectful to go out and cheat on people. He didn't cheat on Fatima, but like the way that people were just like so up in arms about Karen and like how she just dogs Zach out as if she was just belittling this man for nothing, when actually the belittlement came by way of her calling out all the actions that he was actually doing, and like he was really doing it. So Zach, like... even though now, like, he don't deserve what he about to catch now, because this was not on him. It was 100% innocent, 100% platonic. The whole thing is going to be interesting. Glomo says, I pray Danny doesn't fall for Q and his shenanigans. She will be traumatized when she finds out who he really is. It don't look like she is. At this point, Tyler just wasting all damn time, because it don't look like she's falling for any of it. DNC says, but she's still wrong for laying hands. Technically she's wrong, just like technically I was 100% wrong, but that felt good. Jess Danielle says, Zach hollers at everyone, which prove he's still a man child. I really want less of him on Sistas. I don't mind more Fatima though. I don't know how that will work. And you said that Danny is annoying you and communicates like a child to be a grown woman. Ooh. What was she talking about in this episode? I only saw her interact with Q. Oh, and Sabrina. You don't like the way that Andi is talking to Sabrina concerning Maurice. Andi is feeling herself too much for me. At this point, I tweeted, I said, Sabrina, just go talk to Fatima. Have Fatima get Maurice out, because Andi can't do shit for you. She get on my damn nerves. Kenny says Zach better lower his tone when he speaks to Karen at that restaurant. Karen is with a child. I feel like these characters don't know how to act towards pregnant women. The table that till postpartum. They don't know how to talk to people, period. But I get what you're saying. Zach is wild. Which also goes to prove, like, he don't give a damn about that baby. He worried about his money. Because somebody who's concerned about the welfare of the child would not come into a crowded restaurant and start hollering at the woman carrying this child. Desi says, yes, Fatima gonna beat that boy. Lord. I mean, I shouldn't be smiling. I'm interested to see it. I want to see how this plays out. DNC says, I'm telling you, E, it looked like she mushed this man so hard. I let out a hot damn. Wait till you see it, the toxicity. I mean, it's definitely toxic, but I've done some y'all, so I cannot be hypocritical here. That's all I'm gonna say. So lady says Angela is being vague and is lying. Belinda sent the pic. Who else knows about Zach and Fatima and is also friends with Angela? If that person knows about Zach and Fatima, then Fatima should know that person too. Facts, but I don't believe that Zach would not notice Belinda sitting in Karen's salon. I just don't feel like that would be the case. Mimi Loves Peace says, I don't like Fatima or Karen acting a fool like that. She getting her blood pressure up for nothing. Zach was out of pocket for rolling up on Karen and Aaron at that restaurant. Like, bro, chill. He was out of pocket. He was. I just know where it came from, but he definitely is wrong for it. They forget what put Karen went through, or what Karen went through with Zach. And she has been pretty calm. Fatima's getting residual of Zach's behavior and getting mad because it's affecting her. No, she told Karen, darling. No, did she say, darling? Karen, sweetie, it's not a struggle. Like, it's so laughable. Like, I can't. This is hilarious, y'all. Am I the only one who was just like cracking up? Or y'all just pissed? Which one is it? Yeah, I don't. What else happened? I think that's it. I'm really enjoying the little seeds of Karen and Aaron and her submitting to this man. Little pop culture word moment for the last year or two. Her just allowing herself to be in this thing with him. Them to actually go on dates. When Aaron said we're gonna get out of that apartment because we always in that apartment, I was like, thank you, Lord. We done seen ZATIMA dates all up and through, but we ain't seen Karen and Aaron do nothing ever since the damn wife brought the wallet to the damn restaurant. Like, come on now. Michelle Williams says that Zach and Fatima need to get married. How would that help them? Some of y'all are delusional, and it's okay. We all go through delusional seasons in our lives. It's all good. Zach rolling up on Karen with all that bass in his voice with accusations of some she didn't do over a picture. But if Karen is fed up and pulls up on that season 1 mouth, he gonna be crying. He gonna be crying and everybody gonna be coming for her, talking about how she's the devil and how she's always been bitter. It's wild. Like, that's who I think is more alike. So somebody said that Zach and Fatima were a lot alike, which I guess they could technically be, because I feel like Karen and Fatima are a lot alike. But Zach and Karen have done a lot of the same things. And for the things that Karen gets demonized for, they give Zach passes. And he does the exact same things that Karen has done. Fatima need to be for real. She knows good and well this so-called relationship she got with Zach is filled with nothing but struggle. Period. Be for girl. And I love you, but be for real. That was a mistake. Everybody need to leave Zach and Fatima alone. Nobody, like, ain't nobody bothering them, babes. Zach need to leave himself alone. Zach is the cause of most of the things that are happening within his life. And even this, like, yes, Fatima jumped to conclusions. I am not taking that away from her. That is something for her to be accountable to. But Zach is constantly presented with opportunities to grow and evolve and do better and be different than he was in the past, and he consistently chooses to do what he knows. Even in this moment with Fatima now, who is his precious, the best thing that ever happened to him, the girl he loved, he wants to marry her right now. Why are you reacting to her the same way that you would have reacted to Karen? The same way that you have been reacting in the past. Even the same way that you reacted to her when she was in a similar situation and you realized how wrong you were and you were so very sorry and you begged, baby, please. This is the perfect opportunity for you to see that picture of her, to throw that in your face and be like, oh, that's what you mad about? This is what happened. And this is why it was a good day. I feel like we're finally going to move forward and it's going to be less of a struggle and strife. But I am here with you. So, like, that is not even a thing to me. It might look like that, but that's not what it is. You hungry? Like, that's all he has to do. But the fact that he goes and blows up and I guess runs out the house and is there running around town checking Pam at the salon and come and find Karen and Aaron at the restaurant and want to cuss everybody out, that to me speaks to a spirit of guilt, speaks to you not really having it together like you want to portray. And like that to me feeds this beast of like misunderstanding that you had in your house, because now you're taking it all around the damn Atlanta when you could have really just sat with Fatima and been like, that's not it. I don't know what you would need me to do to tell you that that's not it, but it's not it. And I'm finna cook us some dinner. Later on the dinner, you still mad about it? Like, I promise you that. Would you like me to call Karen? Do you want to go over there? So what do you need? And again, Zach has the opportunity to do that, and every turn he chooses to do something else. He chooses to do the old Zach, and that's why he's going to continue to suffer for certain things, because he has walked into this new life, but he still has the same mindset and the same behaviors, and those are not going to serve him at this point in his life. Hey Cheryl, welcome in. He asked Fatima to go with him to the strip club to talk to Heather. And Michelle, I'm not about to go back and forth with you because at this point, like, you're really giving delusional and it's not even making sense. If you're talking about he asked her to go to the salon earlier that day or the previous episode and she said, no, go ahead, whatever you're going to do is what you're going to do. And this is what comes of it. Like, that has nothing to do with where they are now. That actually happened. And what Fatima was looking for is for him to be straightforward and honest about all of what happened. And for him, he's not thinking about it. So it's not a big deal. So he don't bring it up, which makes it seem like he's being evasive. And that's what's creating the issues. Like, you're basically trying to have an argument about stuff and you're cherry picking facts. And then I don't subscribe to that kind of lowbrow back and forth. I just don't. And last thing I'm gonna say on this, like, stop telling people to leave these characters alone. We're watching this television show. Ain't nobody doing nothing to this character. Nobody's bothering Zach and Fatima. We're commenting on what we see. That's it. Did you notice that Zach not only has Karen's desk, but also her bonsai tree in his home? I saw it when Karen and Andi were there. It is him having pieces of Karen in his home for me. I don't remember if it was Vaughn. I don't remember who it was, but we were going back and forth in the DMs and they brought up the bonsai tree and I said, I did not see that. And I meant to make a video about it, but then I went to Sundance, so it got a little bit hectic for me. But yes, and it's something to say about it, but also because it hasn't come to the forefront and like Fatima hasn't noticed, the most that we can say is like, we peep it, but we don't know what it means for Zach right now. I think for me, and like looking at last week's episode and like Zach finally getting what he wants from Karen in way of like the calmness and her just going along with everything, it kind of did something to me. And I was thinking like, yo, is anything percolating in his brain of like, oh, he's finally at this place, and like, could he possibly be thinking about what it could be like with her? Are we about to see him? Like, what is about to happen? But Fatima is a very, very real force that like, is not just a rebound. It's not just this trivial placeholder type of thing. So I feel like I can't speak enough. I mean, I can't speak about what could potentially be happening by us, or that what could be potentially happening in the background with us seeing the desk and the bonsai tree and just certain elements that he very much so took from that relationship with Karen. And then also certain things that are happening now between him and Karen. If we don't get like TP giving us a very tangible, clear thing, because people will try to make it seem like, oh, you just want Karen and Zach to get back together and that's why you're doing that. And I don't want to have that back and like, I really don't want to have the trivial back and forth arguments anymore with people who are just trying to be mad online. So I did notice that after it was pointed out to me by somebody else, but I haven't really spoken about it because I didn't want to go down the rabbit hole of like people taking it to be something that it's just not. Hey, Fearless Heart, welcome in. But yes, like, that is something to know. Like, why is there a bonsai tree there, Zachary? The desk was one thing, but why is there a bonsai tree there? And then I also pointed out, like, when he did that whole thing with the pictures on the mirror for Fatima, he did that for Karen first. Like, he literally is using the same playbook. And it's like, sir, this is not okay. It's saying something. And like watching him be happy in the salon last episode, like one, it did definitely warm my heart. But also, I really was like looking at him and like, wait, is this a moment where you finally feel like, oh my God, finally with Karen? And then what does that do for you mentally, like emotionally? Like, where are you at with this? And unfortunately, this is why where they're at now is such a dangerous place, because for him to be getting to a good place, which we're seeing that he's revolting and like pushing Karen away and going to confront her at the restaurant. So that's clear of like, okay, cool, he's not going to go down a what if road. But like the worst place to be in for like a character like Fatima, or specifically their relationship, is he finally gets to a good place with Karen, who was the love of his life before he met you. And then now you start acting like what she was acting like, and she acting right. Now he got a decision to make. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if TP is going to explore that. I don't think we've been given enough yet to talk about that, or to talk about if he's going to explore that. But I do now see the seeds. Like, y'all have spotted certain things, and I have spotted certain things. And I definitely have been thinking about things, even if I haven't created a video about it. Okay, you understand, Michelle? Okay. And I'm sorry if I got too frustrated with you, Michelle, because y'all don't understand, like, I mean, you don't have to understand, because y'all are here to enjoy the commentary and to catch a vibe and all of that. But the way I get just these ridiculous messages, comments, all day, every day. Like, last week's episode, I guess, or the week before, I put up a bunch of TikToks and YouTube shorts and reels, and like, I'm still getting comments. These things went viral and people like making all types of ridiculous arguments about stupid like, I just cannot. So when people come, and especially in my lives, and like, I have no problem debating or like disagreeing with people or like hearing a different point of view, but you need to come with actual receipts. I'm not about to have the Twitter, Facebook arguments with people, because the way that these people were having little menial, trivial, ghetto ass arguments about nothingness, that's not something I want for me in my life. So I apologize, Michelle, if I was a little too short with you, but that's what it was starting to feel like. And that's not the space I'm cultivating over here. Kenny Ford said y'all noticing more than Karen in the house, but a lot of people did. I don't remember who it was, and I don't want to go through all my DMs right now, but they literally was like, Erica, did you see the bonsai tree? And I was like, I didn't, but I do now. And then Zach went and bought her that new tree. He was so pissed. And somebody else also, we were talking about this, and they were like, do we not remember that Zach told Karen to go and be with Aaron while he get himself together? And I was like, I did not remember that. But now, God damn it. So yeah, we are really, specifically when it comes to the whole Zach, Karen, and Fatima of it all, we are really just now getting to the meat and potatoes of it. Y'all thought that the build up and Karen delusion and her whatever was a thing, or was going to be the thing. I really think that we're about to enter a whole era, and it's about to focus on Zach, and it's not going to be the smoothest of seas for us to like, or not for us, for them to navigate. It's going to be a wild ride. I really believe that. Just Danielle says, I want Zach single. I think that he could have done well with a single season before Fatima. That would have better prepared him to be a better man right now when he got with Fatima. DNC says, I'm going to just say it. In my opinion, he is still in love with that woman. Is using Fatima to cover it up, and all hell's going to break loose when it all comes to light. And TP makes it so that it cannot be denied. I don't know. Like, I get that. Like, I get that argument. I really do. But I do believe that he genuinely loves Fatima. Like, I don't believe that she is simply a rebound. I really don't. So that's the part that like stops me from fully diving into like, oh yeah, this is just a placeholder. And I also believe that Aaron for a while was a placeholder for Karen, and she was honest about it. And now he is not, and she's allowing herself to like see what this really looks like with him, which will be even more messy and really great drama if it does become a thing where Zach is like, I want to go back, but Karen and already moved on. A mess. Call Maury. Call Jerry Springer right now. A mess. Just Danielle says, I want Karen with Aaron as long as he stays down, and I want Fatima with a better man. Well, DNC says, I don't want Zarin back together. She deserves better, in my opinion, but I can see it, and I can see exactly where this slow burn is going. If that happens, y'all will not be able to do anything with me. Like, I will get on live for 4 hours straight every week in the season that this is rolling out, and I will be able to do nothing but cackle. Because the way people for the last 2 years, I've been breaking this down, I guess, for 2 years on this channel. The way people have disrespected me, have like come for me, have dragged me, all because of my thoughts around Karen, Zach, and Fatima. And if ZATIMA don't end up together by the end of all of this, I will not be able to do nothing but cackle. Nothing. Like, I'm telling you right now, we no more good. I will be cackling on every live, every breakdown, every preview as this is slow burning and rolling right out. Like, Angela says, I wish TP would show us who these people are from their past. Yeah, we could do or use a like flashback for us to get better context of them. Tyler is going to rock everybody in a couple years max. But I'm a Karen shipper through and through. To make it known, I just know Tyler, and I'm seeing the subtle signs. And see, I'm just now getting, I guess, acclimated with Tyler Perry's stuff, because aside from like If Loving You Is Wrong and For Better or Worse, I didn't watch the shows, and I got onto Sistas late. I feel like I got onto Sistas, they were in season 2, and I had to catch up. And I just started watching Ruthless like 2 months ago. Like, I wasn't a person who watched a bunch of Tyler Perry stuff. Like, I used to watch House of Pain in like season 1 and 2, but they on like season 17 or something now. Like, I ain't seen that in like forever. So a lot of y'all have come and been like, well, I know Tyler Perry and he does this, this, and this. And I'm like, well, I don't know. But I have started to peep some of the things. So like, there has been some If Loving You Is Wrong storylines that have popped up. Not necessarily for better or worse. Well, maybe if I really think about it. But Angela and Marcus were so dynamic that it felt like a lot of what was playing off of them was really the energy that Tasha and Michael Jai White brought to their characters. So I believe you. I really believe you. And I wouldn't be surprised, because like, for me, I would 100% be like, yes, that's what's going to happen if Fatima didn't exist. If it was any other woman but Fatima, I would be like, yeah, he coming back to Karen. But Fatima is so solid, it made me feel like, well, maybe Tyler Perry has something else in the works. But again, I do see it. I really do. So, listen, you not wrong, and we gonna have to wait and see. Natalie Rose Hable says, for Zach to come at Karen, did Fatima tell him that the person who took the picture is a friend of Angela? That's a very valid question. Because Zach don't like Angela ass any damn way. He must don't have all of the information. But also, I feel like it's very easy for Zach to go to this place to be back mad at Karen. Because one, he don't like that she with Aaron. He feel away about that. He's jealous about that. And two, I really believe that he's going to feel duped. Like, he's going to feel like he had this really great day. They had this really great moment. And she talked about them moving forward positively and progressively. And it's going to be great. And they were going to, like, basically be able to support one another, whatever. And then snatch it all right from under him by setting them up for that photo. I feel like Zach, I get it. He's wrong, but I get it. Just Danielle says, I knew Fatima was going to hit a wall and finally face that Zach is drama through this. He's innocent, but every other drama he has not been. His pasts are living ghosts in their relationship. Yes. Zach might pull a Uno reverse and go back to Karen. If that happens, I am not going to be able to contain myself, y'all. I am not. I really am not. And I get whoever said you don't want that to happen because you think that she deserves a better man. I think that if that happens, Zach will be his best self by the time he makes it back to Karen. This Fatima relationship is about to change him. Like, he is still fighting tooth and nail to be who he was, and it's not working, which is why he's having so many issues. And this is going to force him to grow the hell up. Mimi Loves Peace says, I need Zach to go to therapy and get a life coach because that man need growth. He does. Glomo says, I still think it was a setup. Fatima said that your friend reliable too many times. Reliable. I'm a little lost. It could have been a setup, but I don't think that Karen set him up. And I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I have been so annoyed seeing that, but I get it. That's people's opinions. And them processing, but I don't think that Karen set him up at all. Jess Danielle says, I still think it was meant to be a rebound, not permanent from the writing standpoint, but the chemistry and fandom made it change course, as we said before. Yeah. Yep. I mean, and it could just change course for a moment and then have it ultimately be, you know, what it was supposed to be. DNC says he did tell Karen that, but also told Karen to wait for him and begged her not to get too serious with Aaron, for him to then tell Fatima to go find and be with another man is another red flag in my opinion. Why you feel like that's a red flag, DNC? Okay, Michelle, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Also, not sure if you read Devale's. I didn't read the TV line interview, but a lot of people were sending it to me. Y'all, I'm really just getting out the weeds. I'm recording a bunch of All the Queen's Men stuff. Before I watch the Sistas episode, I'm like catching up on All the Queen's Men. I'm so behind after spending a week in Utah for Sundance. So I have missed so much. If y'all sent me something, resend it to me. If you haven't seen me talk about something, DM it to me. It will get on the list. Because some people said that he mentioned some really dope stuff that need to be explored and talked about. But he said that Zach wants the baby to be his, still loves Karen to death, and that it will kill him for her to have a baby with somebody else. Give me 1 second, y'all. I have to use the restroom real quick. Sorry. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, y'all. Devale said that. I mean, it's giving the truth, but I can't believe he actually said that. Wow. I gotta go read it. The way that the Fatima hive is finna lose. Oh, Lord. Poor Fatima, babes. Like, I feel like she about to go through in the second season of ZATIMA and season 6 of Sistas. Fatima is about to be taken through the ringer. We need to pray for our good sis, y'all. He also said in a clip with KJ that ZATIMA was built off of nothing but lust and trauma bonding. Send me that clip. Please send me that clip. What? But when I say something like that, people come out the woodworks to call me every ugly black hoe they could imagine. But when I say they only had sexual chemistry at the start and all they do is have sex, I'm a hater. Like, wow. I can't believe Devale said that. I need to check that out tonight. Because I did not know. I really didn't know, y'all. It's funny because for me, when I do my breakdowns, I imagine characters are like real people and I assess them based off of that. And then I sprinkle in a little bit of like what I know about screenwriting and directing and acting and whatever. And I come up with what I think just based off of me, and it's very true to my life. So like what I say about certain people and how they move as characters, I also feel that way in real life. And I get that a lot of people are on the internet making up personalities and being some way and doing certain things and saying things that aren't necessarily true, but I literally speak from a place of like, this is how I live my life. So when I get picked apart for some that I just know to be true, and then a actor or somebody tied to the project comes behind and is like, well, let's also look at this, I just be sitting there like, I need y'all apologies to be just as loud as y'all's disrespect. I'm just saying. And not y'all who are clearly in the chat and supporting me, but the people who be lurking and watching the videos and running to Twitter to drag my ass or DMing me and doing all types of stuff when the proof is in the pudding. And I'm sorry. I am so sorry if you are a person who feels like you the Fatima of your life and Karen is ruining it, which is making you feel like Karen is the most evil person that ever walked this earth. But it probably would do you a little bit of good, babes, to try to see this person's point of view and look at your situation from a more broader perspective so that you can get a little bit better understanding about what things are and what they ain't, and heal, honey. Okay, let me get off my damn soapbox. Anyway, DNC says, I'm positive that Karen ain't set that boy up. Fatima about to see Red next season. I really feel bad for Fatima next season. Season 1, or what? She was in season 1. Was she in season 1? She was at the end. Just as like Andy's little whatever. Season 2 is where it started to get like, okay, she's somebody, but kind of not really. Like towards the end, they started to get serious, but it wasn't as much of a focus. But so much of her like start was like, oh, don't nothing happen. Everything's great with her. She's mature. She's this, she's that. And we have literally just been watching the devolving of her character, or not necessarily devolving, because she might not be devolving. We're really just starting to get to know more sides of her. So she could have been this person this whole time. She still has a very pretty forward-facing front. Tyler Perry, wow, this Fatima character finna go through. Okay, just saying, y'all said I'm so glad the actor is saying what I've been saying since day one about the foundation of their relations. I did not know that he said that, but it gives a little bit of validation. Not that you need other people's validation, but it makes me feel good because to know the conversations that I've had and certain things that have come my way by saying certain things, and for it to be the case and to be confirmed, it's just like, DNC says, I don't truly think Madam would not kill him for that. This is Fatima's stuff to deal with. Marilyn would probably keep it real with her and tell her she knew what she was getting into. Wait, somebody said that Madam's gonna kill Zach? Did I miss something? Hold on. Oh, if Zach went back to Karen, Madam would kill. I don't think she would kill him for that either. Because also, Madam understands the whole game of, like, love or whatever. And, like, she's like, you gotta keep it player. Nobody told you to catch... I feel like she would hit Fatima, but nobody told you to catch feelings. I don't know. I just feel like she would. Is Robin broke? No, he's not broke, but he gave Andi money for Sabrina's ass. And over leverage means that like you don't have liquid money, so like cash in the bank, but he might have a ton of investments. So a lot of his money might be wrapped up in like other investments or real estate or something. So he can't put his hands on the cash, but he's still worth a certain amount based off of like what's all in his portfolio. That's what like he's over leveraged means. It doesn't mean he's broke. Being with a man that she said and knew she was still in love with his ex, a man who just screwed his ex. It gave me rebound vibes from the start. It did give rebound vibes, but because Fatima was such a solid, seemingly getting well-developed character, I didn't feel like Tyler Perry wanted her to be a rebound, but maybe she is going to be one. Kitty says, I love Aaron and Fatima. However, I must say, though, I've been rooting for Zach and Karen, but can't say that on the outskirts of the channel. Girl, because if you say that anywhere else, child, and the internet is a very, very wild place. Like, it's one thing to disagree and to have your feel. Like, I don't understand. I have strong opinions about a lot of stuff, but I am not going to seek out people who disagree with me just to tell them how stupid I think they are. But people get up every day and do that. It's wild. DNC says, Zach loves Fatima, yes, but in love, I just do not see it. I think it started off as him just trying to hurt and get back at Karen. Now he's just trying to prove himself. He made that he made the right choice. I need to unpack that because I'm going to screenshot that and think on it. Because, listen, some things were said. Seeing that Karen is healing for real now and not wanting to make himself look like a fool, seeing the preview and the new synopsis for season 2 of ZATIMA, is going to be more hell of drama. I hope they don't take Karen over to ZATIMA. Leave Karen and Sistas, because no. The way they talked about that girl all of season 1, I was so over it. I'm going to look it up because I haven't seen any of that. Michelle says, why Fatima say that she trusts Zach and she really don't? Because she wants to trust Zach. And that's what we do sometimes. We try to talk ourselves into things that we don't believe or we don't think. And we think that if we say it or if we lie about it, it'll make it true. And it don't. That's it. That's all. She wants to trust him very bad. She wants this to be her forever love. She wants this to be it for her, which is why we're seeing her do all the things that she has done in and for this relationship. That's a really good question, and that's my answer. What y'all think? Why do y'all think that Fatima says that she trusts Zach, but she really don't? Or do you think that Fatima trusts Zach? That might be a good question to ask on the community chat. Any other thoughts for the episode, y'all? I'm hoping I can get my breakdown video up tonight. DNC says, I do not think that she fully trusts Zach at all, but mainly due to her past hurt. The real Pinky Badass says she wants to trust him, but deep down inside she can't. And it be like that. Sometimes you go through something and it's like you just cannot bring yourself. And then part of it is like, because you feel like you were dumb, right? Like you feel like you made a mistake when you did this before, and your body is trying to stop you from making a mistake. It's like our fight or flight, the thing that like keeps us alive. Bookworm 57 says Fatima does not trust Zach because it is way too easy to believe or act on what she was told. Ooh. Oh, and then Zach calling her Karen's name, I low-key think maybe in the back of her mind too, for sure. He done that way too many times. So I could totally see that. Zach looks so damn dumbfounded. So what happened with the papers? Which papers, Angie? The ones Zach took to Karen? She gonna take them over to Andi to have Andi look at them. Zach is hot, okay? DNC says a lot of Zach's actions are showing her the same warning signs of Ian before he broke her heart, and I think she's trying to convince herself it isn't happening to her for a second time, but it is. Ooh. I think KXSVO says I think that she trusts him, but with everything happening she can't. So do she trust him or do she not? The real Pinky Badass says I believe something very bad is going to end up happening to Andi because of Gary. At this point, it needs to. I ain't trying to wish bad on the girl, but at this point, it damn needs to because her ass don't learn. She don't realize that fat meat is greasy, the stove is damn hot, and those who don't listen will feel. And I don't care. Like, Andi is the least of my concerns because all of this at this point, I feel like she's asking for it. And I hate to be that girl. Like, I don't like the sound of that. But, like, she's had every opportunity to get out, to get away. And she's playing with fire. And she thinks that she's, like, taming it or doing something. It's like, girl, you're not. You're literally not. Y'all think Bio gonna give Sabrina the money? Aaron is so handsome, y'all. And Karen is so pretty. That's literally all I be thinking when I be making my little screenshots. I mean, my little thumbnails. I just be sitting like, oh, Karen is so pretty. Oh, I say that so many times when I'm making Sistas content. Is that it? What else are y'all thinking and feeling and all that jazz? As soon as I get off of here, I'm gonna work on my breakdown video since it's like top of mind. I want to go ahead and get that done and out for y'all. Thank you so much for joining me on live. I wasn't sure. I was like, I haven't done one of these in a minute, so I don't know if they're gonna show up. Yes, Michelle, you think that Bio's gonna give her the money? I think that, and then Just Danielle says, I think that we're gonna find out that Bio is broke. But wait, Bio is like, didn't he like have Sabrina pull up like the account that shows $6 million in one of them and $12 million in the other? So he can't possibly be broke, right? That would be a really great plot twist, though, that he don't have the money he can't help. She is so beautiful. She really is, like, ever since she got, like, she's beautiful, period. But, like, ever since she got out of the hospital, they've been, like, lighting her a little bit differently, where I feel like they're trying to give her this little maternal glow. She had the little blue robe on, and there was the scene where she was talking to her mom. She's sitting at the table, and she looked so maternal and, like, gorgeous. And I was just like... And ever since then, I feel like she just has something extra to her. And, like, every time I see her on screen, I'm just like, oh my gosh, she's so gorgeous. She's so amazing. I think that Gary's gonna find out that Andi helped her boss. I mean, the only way that she's technically, she didn't, like, help him. She just, like, put him in contact with a lone person. But maybe. I hope he do. And I hope he get mad about it. And I know that violence is not the answer, but Andi need to bust him in his... I'm tired. I am tired. Like, I can't. Y'all think that Bio's a scammer? I hope not. Because we need to get Maurice out of jail. Yes, I can't wait to see her with her baby, too. It's going to be so good, gorgeous. And just amazing. It's going to be so great. Oh, I cannot wait. Oh, thank you, Kenny. Girl, I filmed that because Big Kev had slid into my DMs about that as soon as the trailer dropped. And I was like, all right, let me film that real quick. And I was trying to put it out, and then I totally forgot about it. And then I just remembered yesterday, and I was like, oh, wait, I did do this. Let me go ahead and throw this up real quick. So I'm glad that y'all enjoyed it. I'm excited for Bel Air. Like, I cannot wait for that to come back this month, end of this month. Harlem comes back on Friday. And I'm excited. If Andi and Gary ain't done by next season, I am so done. I'm pretty much already done. Like, I only mention Andi because I have to, and she's tied to, like, other people. But, like, I really don't care what she got going on. I really don't. Vaughn, hey, boo. How are you? Yes, did we miss anything? Not a lot happened in this episode. It really was a setup for next week's episode. And Zach running around the town is going to take me out, y'all. I ain't even going to hold you. Like, him going to go run tell that to everybody is just beyond me. Lord. Okay. Maybe I'll put Pam. It's funny, I just took this picture from the preview, but I might use it for the break now. Anything else we gotta talk about, y'all? Anything else that we missed? If you're catching this on replay, still drop your comments, because I'm going to be checking it out and seeing what y'all said to our conversation. We had a really good conversation, as we typically do. Like, the lives be lit. I really enjoy these with y'all. Y'all really have me cackling. And you know, we love a laugh, especially in this day and age. We love to laugh, boo-boo. Why don't Sabrina ask Aaron for the bail money? I don't, like, her, well, one, when she said she wanted to ask Karen, I was like, hell no, we're having a baby. We ain't giving you And then she said she wanted to ask Zach. I was like, okay, I guess, because you kind of know him through the years. But, like, she's not Zach's friend the same way that she's not Aaron's friend. It would be a favor to Karen. Like, girl, no. No. At this point, well, y'all ain't got no houses to put up, but no. She can't go ask Aaron. Aaron does have more money, but also, like, he don't know that girl. Aside from this is Karen's home girl. And we done got you out. Like, he would have given up the money to get her out, but not Maurice. DNC says I gotta start getting into other shows for real, because TP is having me effed up sometimes. There's so many. Like, watch on, I don't know if you have Apple TV Plus. It is worth it. I promise. It is really worth it. I think Apple TV Plus is one of the most underrated streaming platforms. I have not watched a show yet that don't hit. Like, I have not watched a show yet that does not hit over there. Surface, Swagger. There's one with Mahershala Ali that came out now at this point 2 years ago, which is brilliant and like innovative. I'm about to go watch Truth Be Told, which I'm 3 seasons behind. The 3rd season just premiered. I'm 3 seasons behind with that. Apple TV Plus is lit. I think if you like Sistas, you would definitely like Harlem. You would enjoy on BT Plus. Y'all, what is it called? Bigger. It has 2 seasons. I think that you would enjoy that. Bel Air, of course. Reasonable Doubt on Hulu. You would really enjoy that. Maybe I should come up with like a video that like, if you like this, you should watch this, and this. Because I know it's a lot. It's so much content out here. But I think that my channel is a really good place for you to find new things to like jump into. So like go to my actual page and then go to like videos and you'll see everything I'm talking about and like just click into some things. And I don't talk about anything that I don't actually like. Even if I struggle or criticize it, like certain parts, like I criticize everything, but even if I have issues with certain pieces of it, everything on my channel, I actually do like, or I won't talk about it. And I think that my channel is a good place to find new things if you are not necessarily sure of what to watch. I do watch BMF. I'm behind. I only put on my episode 1 breakdown and I got to do 2, 3, and 4 before Friday. I do. I reviewed season 1 of BMF. I have my episode 1 breakdown on there. I'm just behind with it and I'm going to get caught up. Sundance really, really threw me off, but I do review BMF. I just want healing for Sabrina too, and for her to know that none of this is her fault. She told Maurice about Q multiple times. She did. Some forget that Aaron is rich too and still got more money than Zach. He gave Fawn 1 point something million and thousands of for a month for stepkids in the divorce. But I agree, it's a favor for Karen. Yes, Aaron is very much so rich. Oh, Kenny, you missing the ballet? Those were actually wild. They gave us so much each week with Belair. And the way the men's was showing up and coming from my head. I missed those too. I probably should have did Lives for Reasonable Doubt because it probably would have been, well, not really. Because I don't know how many men were watching Reasonable Doubt. A lot of men watch Belair, and that was the first time that I just saw this wave of like men coming for my ass collectively. Those Belair lives were lit. We're gonna bring them back. I'm also gonna be doing rewatches this month, so keep a lookout on the community tab. I'm going to announce what I'm going to be doing rewatches for different shows and movies, which is basically we get together virtually and we'll all watch something and sit around and talk about it. I was going through some of the footage from like rewatches that we did previously, and like, y'all, we would cut up and have such a good time. And like, I have a Zoom that's like, I remember we watched that stuff and we were on it for like 6 hours just talking after. It was so much fun. So I definitely got to bring my rewatch parties back. And I'm trying to bring them into like real life as well. But yes, Andi getting too sassy for me when she is literally the reason it's so hard for Sabrina and Maurice to get out. Well, that's not like her fault. That little raggedy ass prosecutor is a hater, and that's the issue. But I see what you're saying. All right, y'all. This has been great. I love you guys very much. Be sure to like this video. Andi is everybody's lawyer, Angie. So no, Sabrina don't have no other lawyer but Andi's ass. Be sure to like the video and drop a comment. Let me know what you thought about this live. My breakdown video and preview videos will be up. Also, again, if you have a trailer, if you see the trailer or something for next week, because BT and the way they be releasing this stuff is really ridiculous. I have not seen Fatima mush Zach, so if you got that, send it to me. Any synopsis or whatever that you guys see, send it to me, DM it to me, so I can get caught up with all of the information and like process it and create some content for y'all in that way as well. But again, my breakdown video and preview video will be up tonight. That I'm going to make that happen in addition to my all the Queen's Men stuff that I'm going to be working on. Thank y'all again so much for kicking with me on live and chopping it up. Yes, I know that you're here to stay on Andy's head. It's so somebody got to, and I'm glad that I can go ahead and relinquish the title and you got it covered for me. Good night, you guys. Rest well. Have a great rest of your week. I greatly appreciate you so very much. If I don't go live again this week, then I will see you on live next week. Tuesday we'll be going live for All American, the All American Universe, and then Wednesday before the episode, or maybe after the episode, we'll go live again. So lock me in, and then I'll see y'all then, or in one of the videos that I drop between now and then. Alrighty, love you guys. Have a great one.